Good afternoon and welcome back to Wojo's Greenhouse and Garden Center here in Ortonville. I'm George and I'm standing in the perennial area amongst the grasses, the ornamental grasses that are now beginning to come into their fall display. We've cut them back in the spring, they've grown up, and now the beautiful plumes are starting to come, and we have many varieties to pick from. Wanted to talk about these, and then we're going to go inside and take a look at some of the annual grasses, and we'll talk about what you can do with fall containers. Want to start over here on this side, a real popular grass called Carl Forester. This is a reed grass. This is a young plant that was cut back, but normally this will get 5 feet tall. Has a beautiful plume that we start to see on these plants right here. This was the perennial plant of the year about 3 years ago. What's nice about this is that it grows upright. It grows erect and doesn't droop very much. We have a maiden grass called Cosmopolitan with a beautiful variegated foliage. A real cute one is called Little Bunny Fountain Grass. This one only gets about a foot tall with a cute little plume on it that looks like a bunny tail. If you have a space in your garden where you want a shorter grass, look to Little Bunny Fountain Grass. A real striking one with the variegated leaves, the beautiful burgundy and gold, would be the Japanese bloodgrass. This is a perennial grass contrasted with the grass we'll show you in a minute, the annual. But this is the perennial, and it does come back every year. Blue Heaven is a striking plant with a beautiful, almost silvery blue with a little bit of burgundy going through the stems. Very distinctive. This one will get upwards of 3.5 to 4 feet tall, called Blue Heaven. The basic fountain grass that gets roughly 3 to 4 feet tall with a nice plume. We have an ample supply of these. Prairie dropseed. This one is interesting because of the plume. Very delicate, very fine. This one will get 2 to 3 feet tall. One called Northern Sea Oats. A very interesting plume, looking almost like the head of the grain, the oak, or the oat, I should say, and a very pretty, unique plant. A beautiful variegated one called zebra grass with the striping across the stems. This is a beautiful plant for your garden. Porcupine, similar to the zebra, but with a pattern up on the stem. Very pretty. Coming around the corner, this is the plant that is planted back by our pond area, and when this comes into its final display, people ask, what is that? They want to know what it is because it is so gorgeous. This is the Morning Light Maiden Grass. This will get 4 to 5 feet tall, and you can come and see it in its fine, I guess, mature display out by the pond area. This is a very pretty Cheyenne Sky Switchgrass. Again, the blending of burgundy in with the green stems and a real fine plume. Desert Plains Fountain Grass with an interesting plume. Little blue stem. The blues, this gets 18 to 30 inches tall. Ribbon grass. This is an interesting foliage with the pattern on the leaves. The Overdam Feather Reed Grass. Very pretty. The Hamlin Dwarf Fountain Grass. This is a very popular one. We sell a lot of this here. Again, the structure and the plume is very distinctive. The Sweet Flag Ogan Grass. Basic Maiden Grass excuse me, as I come over here, and then a couple other maiden grasses, and then finally the Elijah Blue fescue that gets about 10 inches tall. Another cute one similar to the little bunny. This is the Elijah Blue. So these are some of the grasses that are, again, beginning to come into plume and show their beauty that we see this time of year. The next thing we're going to do is go into our annual area, and we'll talk about what you can do with containers for the fall. We are back in the greenhouse now, and I'm standing in front of the annual grasses that are still looking very, very nice. And these are at a special price now, and it'll help you to decorate. It's been suggested, I talked to Elisa, our general manager, and she said that these would be excellent for combinations with other fall plants, either the kale or the mums, a nice container combination including our grasses. You have on this side the King Tut. You have a beautiful burgundy grass, several different sizes of it. One called Blue Mohawk. This one almost looking like corn. This would be striking for the fall, to put this in a container with a mum and a pumpkin and some kale. Make a wonderful, wonderful display for the porch. This is a purple fountain grass. This, again, as I was describing outside, similar to that fountain grass we had, but this is the annual, and again, it can be used in containers. We had King Tut on the end. We've got Baby Tut here, a smaller version of that, and a beautiful grass called Fireworks. The red striping, the green, the beautiful plume. Again, we think about fall coming. Mums are here. School starts in about 3 weeks. Football teams have started practice. We have the first of our mums in, the early color, and we'll continue to have these throughout the fall. And as more plants come in for the fall, we'll show you more of those. But again, it's not too early to think about those combinations and how you can utilize these beautiful plants along with other fall flowers to give you that dynamic look for your house. So we'll see you next time. Thank you.